What's up? We're live. We're live. I'm just making sure that you can see me and hear me clear. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I can see and hear myself. Everybody here, just let me know that you can see and hear me. Can you hear me when I speak into this microphone? Most importantly, that you can see and hear me, because this is the Level Up Your Landscaping Business Workshop. I'm excited. Yeah, dog. All right, everybody. What's up? What's up? We got more people joining right now. So excited that you're here. So, one more time, can you see me and hear me clear? Aha. What's up, Lou Starks? Motivation for entrepreneurs. We got Ekrem Akilides. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce your name, but I would love to be able to pronounce your name. Nyland Pierce, Ivan Vasquez, Paul Stevens, Ben Hood, Steve Kenzel, Christina Ignacio. Good morning from the Philippines. Yeah. What's up, Steve? Okay, perfect. What's up, everybody? I'm Keith Kalfas, and welcome to the Level Up Landscaping Business Workshop. I'm so excited that you're here. And if you registered, then you have been getting my emails. And today we're going to learn 3 powerful things that basically, if you have a landscaping business and you want to take it to the next level, whether you're just getting started or you've been in the business for a few years, I've been in my landscaping business for 13 years now, and I started out literally flat broke. And it took a long time and a lot of frustration to figure out basically the secrets and the levers to pull to actually start making profit. And went from, starting out in the back of my wife's car. I'm going to actually pull up my slides right now. I didn't even have a truck when I got started. And I'm going to get into the more stuff that I promised you, but I just want to tell you my story real quick. I was borrowing my wife's car, and I had paper bags from Lowe's, and I was posting ads on Craigslist. So I would go work a dead-end lawn care landscaping job all day, get off work, and like at lunchtime, I was talking to customers for my new business. I was side job Keith. That's what my boss called me, because as soon as I got off work, I came home, grabbed the keys to my wife's car because my car got smashed, and I would go out and do side jobs by putting shrub trimmers and pulling weeds and out of the back of the trunk of her car, and I would put the trimmings inside of the paper bags and leave it on the customer's what is it called, the easement by the road for the garbage men to get. So I got enough money very quickly to get an old rusty truck that I called the Blue Goose. And here it is. Actually, I want to show you. Well, by the end of this workshop, you're going to know how to find your best service area. You're going to figure out how to create your service suite, and you're going to learn how to identify opportunities so you can turn landscaping problems into profits. You're definitely going to know that stuff by the end of today's webinar. But I started my business 13 years ago. I'm the author of 4 books. I actually just started writing my 5th book. I wrote How to Make $500 a Day Cleaning Windows. It's an Amazon bestseller on Audible and Amazon. I wrote another book called How to Start a Landscaping Business Right Now with No Startup Money. It's an Amazon bestseller in its category. My 3rd book is Your First Year in the Landscaping Business, another Amazon bestseller. And then this book is actually being released soon, 17 Ways to Get More Landscaping Clients. This is my heart and my soul, and my passion is running my own landscaping business and teaching other people how to cross the chasm and build their business from 0 to 100K and by upgrading their mindset, their beliefs, and basically can build a business. You don't need a college degree. If you like being your own boss, I couldn't stand working for other people. You can make a lot of money in your own landscaping business. It's amazing. All right, so let me go back to this. We have about 250,000 followers on social media. I've spoken all over the country about marketing your landscaping business through social media, and So I started out with nothing. I ran 10 different landscaping companies when I was a kid. I was a foreman and a supervisor for all these businesses, and I hated working for other people, but I thought that you couldn't start a landscaping business unless you had a bunch of startup money. And then I really realized when my back was against a wall and I needed more money the job thing just wasn't cutting it. I quickly grew my business past the 100K mark. And then I started teaching others how to do the same. And since 2014, I've helped launch around 10,000 landscaping outfits around the world through my YouTube videos. If anybody saw me on YouTube and on Facebook. What's up, Brett Hill, Anselmo Avendano, Travis Walker? Hope you're doing very well. Markel Marshall, Brian Sky, Carl Papas, Chris, Raiden, Corral. All right, perfect. Let me go to the next slide here. So here's the Blue Goose truck. I started in humble beginnings, and I had a rusty pickup truck, and I was working every job I could out of desperation. And I found mentors who taught me that landscaping and window cleaning are luxury services. So think about that, luxury services. Instead of running around trying to find people that will let you do their landscaping and you need money, reframe it in your mind and go, wait a second. Landscaping, for the most part, and lawn care is a luxury service. People with disposable income who are upper middle class and higher class people, that it's just a luxury to them. Do people that spend $10,000, $15,000 to get their landscaping redone, or $50,000, $100,000? We do jobs from $700 to $20,000. That's our average ticket job right now is actually it's about $2,000. And what I was saying is that people throw money at luxury, right? They want their properties to look beautiful, and they want to hire somebody who's qualified to do it, a landscaper. So when you think, wow, this is a luxury service, these people are the same exact people who buy luxury BMWs and Mercedes and big screen TVs and crazy expensive $6,000 couches, and they go to Hawaii and they have a vacation home. They have an up north home. They have a down south home. They have a grand piano in their living room. Like people with disposable income. So when you think in terms of that, it's a more abundant mindset. So thinking that way and realizing upgrading your identity and knowing your worth, you can literally be like, wait a second, I'm not scrambling to try to make some money here. I'm crushing it. Like we just turned a $450 quote to do some property maintenance. That's me doing sales and selling, like basically meeting customers. We turned a $450 request into a $4,500 job just Monday. We just turned a spring cleanup that was $350 into a job we're doing right now. I don't have the exact numbers with me. It's over $4,000. These are already things that the customer wanted done anyways. So I'm going to get into that in a second because I want you to learn this stuff, and I'm really excited that you're here. So think about it. Why is it that some landscaping businesses succeed and get tons of high-paying, profitable jobs from clients they love, while others toil endlessly and get stuck in the doom loop? The doom loop. So most landscapers continue to struggle because they focus on the wrong things. They can't move on to the next level without mastering the key concepts that are intrinsic to where they're currently at. It's important to know which type of landscaper you are in order to progress to the next stage. This is an identity thing here. Listen to me. Otherwise, you'll be in the continuous cycle of stress, working yourself to death, and not knowing why. Now let's see where you are on the landscaper's identity ladder. Ooh. Oh, what was that I just showed you? Where are you at on the landscaper's identity ladder? Because I was chucking a truck. Here, I'll just go right to it. I ain't even going to hold out on you like that. Number one is chucking a truck. Chucking a truck. Running around with like a chick with her head cut off, wearing all the hats, doing everything. Undercharging, not knowing your worth, and scarcity mode, scrambling for money. Scared that the motor is going to blow up on the truck and then you'll be screwed. 2, the second identity is Possibility Pete. He has lots of clients. He or she has an employee or two, motivated and making money, and is still stressed out because he can't stop figuring out how to not wear all the hats. He's still wearing all the hats. So this is what we call context switching. When you keep, like you're the salesperson, Then you're on the phone. You're the phone person. Then you're the office person. Then you got to run out and you got to fix the equipment. Then you're running out, you're meeting the customer, but now you're performing the job. Now you're going to the dump and you're dumping the load off of the debris materials, the grass, and you're constantly switching your hat, and it's so stressful because now you're up all night doing paperwork, billing. Now you're talking to the insurance company. I mean, it's totally doable at a smaller level, but if you got employees and you're trying to train employees and hire them and make sure they do a good job, it can get really stressful, especially in the busy season. You want to move into what we call the third identity, which is abundant Anthony. I'm going to explain exactly Verulo Cortez, exactly how you go from being an old truck to being a pro landscaper. It's an identity thing. You go from trucking a truck to possibility Pete to abundant Anthony. Abundant Anthony has an abundant mindset. It's a business that has, it could be a lean, mean, small, profitable money-making machine. Like my buddy Aaron Parker from the Lean and Mean Academy. He calls it one truck, big profits, right? Because if you start to scale and expand, your profits are going to go down. You get stuck in cash flow purgatory. But before you even do all that, why don't we just talk about how to become abundant Anthony so you can turn your business that you're in control of into the most profitable version it can possibly be. I'm literally saying you can make 3 to 4 times the amount of pure profit. I used to think this stuff was impossible, and I'm like, what are you talking about now? It just kind of irritates me. So what stage are you currently in? Can anybody answer us in the comments? 1, 2, or 3. Are you trucking a truck, possibility Pete, or abundant Anthony? Do. Put in the comments 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, dog. Where are you at? Huh? Okay. I see. Next. Most of you might be between 1, trucking a truck, and 2, possibility Pete. But it doesn't matter how long you've been in business. One of the most common mistakes I see is that people are running their business in an emotionally reactive state. In an emotionally reactive state. So this was me forever. So there's probably, like, you're aware that there's pain and stress. Well, I'll say they. I'm not saying you, because I'm not going to say that this is you for sure. But they're probably aware that there's pain and stress in their life and in their business. And they get stuck in a doom loop where they think things will get better, even though they're not doing anything any different. And rarely ever get better, and they end up in burnout. So Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. I remember repeating that to myself over and over and over. Like, I literally can't believe I'm still, when my hand's on the steering wheel of the truck and I'm looking, and I just pulled out of the dump again. I'm putting gas in the equipment again. Like, this is like, it feels like Groundhog's Day. And my bank account only goes up when I work myself to death. It feels like a repetitive cycle, like you're stuck in a nightmare. And then there you are, you're tired at the dinner table with your family. You don't have any energy at the end of, 12-hour day, and you scroll on your phone because you don't have any energy to do anything. You barely get some paperwork done, go to bed, and you do it again. You tell yourself, this is my business was supposed to be my dream, but it's become a nightmare. Kind of like the E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Well, let's fix that. Let's fix it by integrating some basic systems into your business. The first step to leveling up your business is by defining your service area. This is so funny. Okay. What is a service area? Let me explain. Begin by offering services to a wide range of customers when you're just getting started. You throw mud at the wall to see what sticks. What do we mean by that? So in the first few years of my landscaping business, like, I'm obsessed with marketing. I know how to make it rain. I know how to make the phone ring off the hook, tons of website leads. I know how to, we have 250 positive 5-star reviews on Google. I understand how to get lots of customers. But in the beginning, I didn't understand my worth, and I didn't know how to price properly. And I didn't have the conviction to be able to tell a customer that this, it's a $5,000 job, but I would be like, yeah, we'll do it for $1,500. I was so scared because I needed the money so bad. I was afraid if I were to tell them like 3, 4, or 5,000 that I wouldn't get the job and that I wouldn't have any money. So I was like grasping at straws to make this thing work, and I needed it to work. And the weird secret is, it's like, once you become abundant in your mindset and it works, and then you get some money in the bank and your belief grows and your identity upgrades, you're like, when you don't need it, neediness is repulsive, and somehow energetically it pushes the customers away. So, but with the service area thing, when you're driving all over the place, depending on your average ticket job, if your average ticket job is 10, 15, 20,000 bucks, it might be cool to drive 10 or 15 miles to these job sites. Some people stay in hotel rooms and they camp out and they get that whole job site done, and then they come back. Like, I used to plow snow. It wasn't crazy to go drive 3 hours to go plow snow for 3 days straight and just sleep in the truck or sleep in a hotel room, because the money was worth it, right? But if you're doing these little jobs like $40 lawns, or $300 or $400 shrub trimming jobs or something like that, or maybe like we have a $700 minimum and a 6-mile radius. Well, we used to drive all over the place, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't making any money, because I was paying employees to sit in bumper to bumper traffic to the job site and home from the job site, to the job site, home from the job site. And we're only actually getting like 6 hours of work done in a 9-hour day. We're also doing something really stupid, which was leaving the job site for lunch. It's hot out. Let's go to Jimmy John's and let's go get lunch. Like, that's dumb. Everybody should pack a lunch. So you're finding efficient things to do. But when I raised the prices on the customers that were far away in the rich areas, they all started firing me. I was like, what is going on here? So I learned that there needs to be a service area, so that if you forget a piece of equipment, possibly, boom, you're right within the service area. Like, if you get to the job site, you're like, oh, we forgot the wheelbarrow. Boom. You're 2, 3, 4 miles away from home base. If anything that happens, you can get to the job site in like 9 minutes, and you're already working, producing what we call billable hours. Imagine driving 43 minutes, no money being made, money going out. So you do that by route density and by drilling deep and marketing deep into specific neighborhoods. I'll talk about that in a little bit here. So this is how you define your service area. You can use Google to research the average household income by zip code. You can determine the per capita income per zip code in your service area. Like, actually go on Google and type in the local cities and zip codes per capita income on Google. Do a little bit of research and you can find out the specific neighborhoods and how much money people make, the average amount of money that people make. And then you can be like, wow, there's a neighborhood a few miles northeast of me that these people average $400,000 per capita and then you can start to do market research analysis and find out where the money's at, basically, so that you can market to those specific neighborhoods, drill deep, and then build a customer base where the money's at that's close within a service area. Once you have some resources, pinpoint neighborhoods that fall within the upper middle class category. In Michigan, as of 2023, this typically includes homes priced from $300,000 to $1 million. I don't like to go above $1 million when I'm looking for customers, because in my experience, I don't know where you're at, could have been my state of consciousness at the time. The really, really, really rich customers, like in the mansions, it's like everything is custom, everything is a big pain, and they sometimes they're the most cheapest, nitpicky customers I've ever had. The really, really extremely rich ones are the biggest. They call them PETA customers. I can't say it here, but pain in the butt customers. And I don't know why, because they got so much money, but they seem to be the hardest. So it's like the upper middle class ones that are extremely busy. They want the work done, and they're just writing a check to solve the problem, if that makes sense. So it's like you have to find out what your customer avatar is and narrow it down and get really clear about that. So that way you know who your customer is, who isn't your customer. So you work at attracting the right customer and maybe even repelling the customer that you don't want. So create a detailed customer avatar, including the demographics and lifestyle of your ideal clients. Like, we go to all this stuff. And Facebook, if you run Facebook ads now or in the future, this actually helps your brain narrow this stuff down. Demographic, geographic, psychographic. You create an avatar for the customer that's so clear that whether you're answering the phone in your business or if you have somebody answering the phone for you, you could tell immediately if it's your customer just by the way that they talk. And then you can get in at a low ticket job and very quickly build a customer relationship, LTV, customer lifetime value. And then you can, I mean, that little time, that one phone call could be worth $100,000 of customer lifetime value within the specific service area that's billable hours. Gosh, I have so much I want to share, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I want you to get excited here. So focus on the neighborhoods that are geographically close to each other to create efficient service routes. So I'm literally telling customers that's outside of our service area. If it's a little bit outside of the service area, then we have $1,000 minimum to do anything. But I think that once you can afford it, be like, nope, that's outside of our service area. Say no. And if you're marketing and advertising correctly and you have the phone ringing enough, you're going to be more and more and more glad that you're like, I'm glad we didn't take on that job. It was like 3 cities over. Gosh, last time we did that was such a pain. It took us an extra day and a half of driving back and forth, which pushed our whole schedule back because we were sitting in traffic. It was crazy. Like, you're running a service business, so make it close. Stay away from neighborhoods and homes. This looks like the house I grew up in. We grew up really poor. We grew up on food stamps. We were legitimately poor. Because sometimes people that have, like I grew up, didn't have any disposable income to hire a landscaper. Get what I'm saying? So based on your research, pinpoint the neighborhoods that match your specific customer avatar and have them match the income level that you're targeting. So there's something called the local market domination strategy. Local market domination strategy. This is so amazing. So amazing. I'll tell you in a little bit. Define the specific neighborhoods where you'll likely want to focus your marketing and services. Very, very cool. Make sure you get a Google My Maps to get the pinpoint location. I actually lease an office for like 6 years now, and I have all my mail and my business to where my office goes. So everybody on Google who looks at my business, there's my office, there's my place of business. And then you can look and you can see all of your customers showing up on Google Maps, and you can see the route density that they're all within a certain radius. And then the ones that are out far, you're like, whoa, like it's all over the place. Okay, I said tomorrow, but I'm crushing this all today. We're going to keep going. But now I'm going to teach you how to design your service suite and how to turn landscaping problems into profits. And just for a little bit of clarity, this is a 1-day workshop right now. We were going to do a 2-day workshop, but I want to give it all to you right here, right now, right? And I might do this again tomorrow too, but we're doing the whole workshop right now. And I'm just going to bang it out because I don't want you to have to wait. So what is a service suite? We talked about the service area. What is a service suite? Let me explain. The 5 keys to your service suite. 1, tailored solutions. With a service suite, you have the flexibility to customize landscaping solutions based on your expertise and the customer's needs. It's like creating a menu where clients can pick and choose the services that best suits them, right? Specialization. You can focus on the aspects of landscaping you're most passionate about or excel at. What do I mean by that? Stop doing stuff you hate. But don't just stop doing it. Raise the prices on the stuff that you hate doing. Excuse me. So high. I just drank a bunch of water. So high that if you do get the job, you'll be happy. Because if you keep doing stuff that you hate, the customers are going to love it. And they're going to keep telling other people about it. And now you're going to become the person who does stuff that you hate all the time. There's so much stuff that you could do. I hope that you got your workbook at keithkalfas.com/level-up. This is the workbook that comes with this workshop, the Level Up Your Landscaping Business. And I want to show you right here. There's the service area research checklist. Ooh, you got that? Did you download this? I downloaded it. I printed it out. What are you doing? Choose your service suite. Over here, right here, there is over 40 different services that you can offer as a landscaper. This is gold, what I'm about to share. Edging, shrub trimming, ornamental tree trimming and shaping, gardening maintenance, weed pulling, weeding, mulching, decorative stone, 17 different types of stone, weed barrier fabric installation, property clearing, planting and lawn care, flower planting, sod installation, sod lawn repair, overseeding, fertilizing, dethatching, aeration, tree ring installation, plant health care. That's just 2 things. Next, hardscaping and softscaping. Landscaping, hardscape, softscape, shrub removal, tree trimming, tree removal, tree installation, stump grinding, shrub installation, garden bed design, landscape design, brick pavers, patio installation, brick paver maintenance. If somebody was just joining the webinar right now, they'd be like, what's this guy doing? All right, gutter and exterior cleaning, gutter cleaning, downspout cleaning, buried gutter, downspout installation, gutter guard installation, power washing, resanding of patios, window cleaning, power washing of concrete, gutter whitening, soft washing, all that stuff. If you offer all that stuff, let me tell you real quick. First few years in my landscape business, I saw this trailer. They're a local landscaper, and they had like 20 services listed on the back of the trailer. I was like, wow, they must be crushing. Well, I started offering a whole bunch of services, and what happens is you very quickly start pulling your hair out because you become a jack of all trades. And the worst thing is when you go to hire employees, now they're confused and you're teaching them a different thing every day and they don't even know what they're doing. And you have all these tools you start collecting that barely ever even get used, and they're just all over the place because you only do that service like once a month because you have so many services. And then when you do go to do the service, you don't even remember the tools are. And then you have to go rebuy tools that you already bought because you lost them because you don't use them on a daily basis, and you don't even have an organization strategy in your business, and it just becomes a nightmare. And now you're handcuffed to every single job site because you're the only one who knows how to do all this crap. You have to become, my friend Stan Genetic, the Dirt Monkey, says, was it a jack of all trades and master of two? Yeah, that's funny what he says. So pick a few different services that you love doing and that are the highest profit. The highest profit thing that we do happens to be ornamental tree trimming. And I think it's because I just believe when I look at a Bradford pear tree that needs to be trimmed, I mean, you could trim it from the ground, and I could charge $350 to trim a tree that takes, I don't know, it could take 35, 45 minutes to trim the whole tree and clean it up, an hour tops. But maybe 45 minutes, we can make $350. If we do a whole property of them, I might charge $250 per tree. It depends on the size of the tree. If there's 10 of them, that's $2,500, and we could trim them all in, I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4.5 hours. So I mean, sometimes they take longer. It depends on the tree. And we load up the dump trailer and take all that stuff to the dump. You should probably learn proper tree pruning practices. Don't listen to me before you do this. But what I'm saying is the highest profit margin thing that we do. And I was asking myself why. Because the customer, sometimes they can't do it, or they don't believe they can do it, or they don't have the tools to access high up. It's different than like mowing along or trimming the bushes. The customer can do most of that stuff, and the amount of money you can charge for something is directly proportional to the amount of other people that are lined up willing to do the same exact thing. So it drives the market down. So what are you specializing in, right? You can specialize in lawn care and develop a system and route density and get the pricing right so you can just bang it out. My friend Brian, he drops the trailer, and I've literally been there. We go make YouTube videos. He's about an hour away from me, Brian's lawn maintenance, and I've watched him cut he has one day they cut like 14 lawns without ever even putting the mower back up onto the trailer. When I was there, I watched them cut like 6 or 7, one after another, after another, after another, after another. So think about that. But you have to work to build the route density to do that. So with the service suite, you got to X out the stuff that you don't do. And this is really hard. I don't know where you're at in your business, but you have to start saying, oh, we don't offer that service, or we don't offer that service anymore. You want to say yes so bad. Customers if you suck at hardscaping, you don't like doing it, and a customer's brick paver walkway is all wobbly and wonky and all messed up. You're like, hey, can you fix this? And you're like, yeah, we'll do it for $1,800. Well, you might be able to actually fix the brick paver walkway, pull up all the bricks, move them, regrade everything, or dig it and put down the limestone and get the compactor and screed it out and like make the bricks perfect, and then put your sand, put your 2NS, then the sand inside, and then plate compact it, make it all perfect. But can you do it as good as the hardscaping guys who do it every single day for 20 years? And is it going to still look amazing in a decade from now? Or is it going to be an okay job? Is this something that you want to go into that you're going to become an expert at, or do you just need that $1,800? Right? For all the time, I was the guy. I was like, I need that $1,800. I would dig like 12 to 14 inches deep and go overboard and be nervous the whole time. And we've done some hardscaping stuff, but like I hated doing it the whole time. I had anxiety because it wasn't what I really wanted to do. I was just doing it for the money. And at some point I was like, dude, I got to stop doing stuff just for money. We don't do that. There's so much freedom in saying we don't offer that service because you're afraid the customer might turn you down. It's like, so I have a friend. I can actually say this. I'll say this real quick. My friend's roofing business is really successful. And he told me that sometimes a customer would ask them, let's just say it's like a $50,000 roof. And the customer's like, and can you fix this railing or something? And he'd be like, oh yeah, we can fix that because 50 grand's on the line. Of course they can fix it. But all those little things add up when you're running a really busy business, and now you're fixing and doing all these weird odds and ends for clients because you're being a people pleaser, and your business turns into a nightmare. So you have to. Listen to this right here. You have to get to the point where when a customer says, "Can you do this?" I get this all the time. Mrs. Jones wants us to do some crazy stuff on her property that we don't like doing. We don't normally do. I don't even want to do it. And she's so nice and won't stop asking. And you buckle and say yes. And now you're doing this weird thing that you don't ever do. Like, I don't know, it's not weird to put a row of brick paver soldiers all the way around a garden bed to separate the weeds from the grass. But then when you start digging, you're running into sprinkler lines. Now there's WOW lines, AT&T lines, Comcast cable lines, electrical lines. And then now there's a sewer in the way. Every single thing that you do that you're not an expert at, you're going to run into stuff that you didn't even expect. It's going to take 3 times as long, 3 times as expensive, 3 times as hard. It's all Murphy's Law. So say no and get your service suite down and become an expert at a few things that you can crush over and 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 develop a systematized process. This is about, if you want to make money, you got to get good at a few things and just crush them over and over and over. Don't do stupid stuff that you hate for money, because you could just do stuff that you love and make way more money faster, like cookie cutter. I keep going on and on and on about this because it took forever to get through my head this specific thing. I could make you laugh right now. Do you know how many times I've climbed up on 2- and 3-story roofs with crazy pitches in the freezing cold with a bucket, with the screwdriver, breaking up ice, shaking and freezing in a snowstorm, taking chunks of ice and putting it in a bucket and lowering it down to an employee 3.5 hours on some person's roof for a couple $100, when I could have literally just went and trimmed a tree or trimmed some shrubs and made $800. Stupid. And it's dangerous. Anyways, let me keep going on here. Business, mirror reflection, specialize. Okay. 5 keys to your service suite. Personalization. Offer a range of services. You can provide personalized recommendations that cater to their individual requirements. Client satisfaction. Happy customers often lead to positive referrals and repeat business. So when you're really good at something and you're confident at doing it, the customer can feel that. Efficiency. Specializing in certain services allows you to become highly efficient and skilled in those areas. This efficiency can lead to faster completion times and lower costs for the clients, possibly. Here's the types of services to offer for your service suite. See all these right here? Let me move the picture of me over so you can see that. Okay, planting and lawn care. I already named off some of this stuff. Sod installation. We're doing some sod tomorrow, actually. Flower planting. We quit doing that. Oh, gosh. Wait a second. Flower planting. I planted in 1 week, I planted 5,300 flowers. I think it was 5,300 flowers. My hands were shaking. They were all swollen. Because I could plant flowers like nobody's business. I could plant flowers like I'm the flower planting master. I hate planting flowers. I don't want to plant them ever again. Customers ask us. We were planting flowers for $32 a flat. I think there's I don't even remember, 32 flowers on a flat. If they're like red leaf, red begonias, green leaf, red begonias, green leaf, green begonias. If they're Victoria blue salvia. If they're, what are the other ones? Gerber daisies. You've got petunias, wave petunias, red, white petunias, pink petunias, purple petunias. You can put all in. You can do lots of flower planting. You give customer watering instructions. When you plant the flowers, you want to amend the soil with compost or Bacto mix, and then you plant all the flowers. Now, If I'm planting a flowers, it's going to be, what am I charging? $100 a flat. And the customer, wait, 120 a flat? I don't even remember because it's been so long. And the customers were like, what? I'm not paying $1,500 for you to plant some flowers. I'm like, well, that's what it costs. Because when you plant flowers, now you're literally turning it over to the customer, depending if they water it or not, if there's enough shade, if there's enough sun, if their sprinklers are on, and they're calling you saying like half the flowers died. And you're like, oh, I'll come back and I'll replace them all for free. I'll pull my crew off of a job site. We'll replant half the flowers. And now you're going $1,500 in the hole plus the opportunity cost. You could be on another job, and it's just the dumbest thing ever, unless you specialize in that and you have a system for that. Or you could be like, well, we said in the contract there's no warranty, so you're screwed. The customer is going to rip you apart all over social media. Maybe they won't, but I don't like that. Sorry, I should just do a webinar talking about landscaping stories. I don't like stuff like that. I like stuff where you can get in, do a great job, get paid, and get out. Amen in the comments. All right, I'm getting down rabbit holes here. Gutter and exterior cleaning. I mentioned all these before. We actually offer window cleaning. We dropped lawn care way back in like 2014, and we picked up window cleaning instead because it was way higher profit margins. We could charge $199 to $299, sometimes $500 with a water-fed flow. We could do an exterior window cleaning and make $300 in 45 minutes and be in and out. So I send a guy out on Mondays to do the window cleaning, and he can, I don't know, do 2 to 3 jobs and be done by like 1 or 2 o'clock. And he can do, I don't know, $700 to $800 in window cleaning. If we go out or if I go with them, we have retained a few customers that we do like these mansions, anywhere from like $900 to $1,200 to clean a house inside and out. And we can be done by like, I don't know, it takes about 5 hours to do this one mansion I'm thinking of. It's about $1,000 every time we do it, depending on what they want done. And so that's worth it. But anyways, we picked up window cleaning. So the importance of knowing how to find the opportunities on a property. I want to get into the property opportunity checklist, and I want to basically tell you how you can increase your average ticket right now and make a lot more money in your business. Are you with me? I see you in the comments. What's up? What's up, Chris? What's up, Carl? What's up, Raiden? What's up, Dalton? What's up, Giovanni, Caleb, Fernando? Hope you're doing well. Ulysses, Paul Stevens. All right, so the importance of knowing how to find opportunities on a property. Increase business. You can identify opportunities that allow you to offer a wider range of services. This can attract more clients looking for specific landscaping improvements. This is earlier where I talked about how we turned a $450 quote into a $4,500 job. Okay, you can become an expert in certain kinds of landscaping, and basically you'll stand out from others in the same niche, and people will see you as an expert in that niche. And next here, packages. Here's how we took the average ticket from $312.50 to $1,649.50. Let me repeat that. Our average ticket job was $1,649.50. I'm sorry, $312.50. And now it's $1,649.50. That's 5 times the average ticket job. Do you know how much more profit we're making now? How in the heck did we do that? We did it by offering packages to the customers. Basically, it's upsells and add-ons. And you need upsell criteria, right? So what does this mean? When you make a property assessment, you have your service area, your service suite, and you know how to identify property opportunities, turn landscaping problems into profits. These overlapping circles is how you can make more money, increase your average ticket, basically make more profits in your landscaping business. To go from Chuck in a Truck to Possibility Pete to Abundant Anthony. Imagine, you'll know exactly what your neighbors that will 2x, 3x, and 10x your profits. You'll have a proven process to turn $300 jobs into $3,000 jobs, and you'll have a system to turn leads into customers. looking at a property and seeing all the problems that you can turn into profits. I'm going to give you an example here in a second. Let me go back here. I want you to see me so I can explain this to you. So if a customer reaches out and they want a quote for lawn care or just some shrub trimming, or they want an ornamental tree trim, when you walk on their property, this is like the crux of the whole thing here, this whole webinar. First of all, it's most important that you have a heart of service. It's a huge honor for the customers to even call you, to even have your own business and be your own boss. It's an amazing thing. And it takes integrity. So you're doing all of this with the servant's heart. But when you show up on a customer's property, your head's on a swivel, you're looking around and you're identifying a bunch of other stuff that's within your service suite, your suite of services that needs to be done. And every single customer that you give a quote for, you're also quoting them and mentioning other stuff that needs to be done respectfully and with the heart of service, right? If they ask you about something that doesn't need to be done, all the time I say, no, these arborvitaes don't look like they need to be trimmed. They're a little bit shaggy, but they're fine. Reach back out to us in the fall or next year when they really need a good trimming, because this takes ladder work. Like, we're going to have to bring the orchard ladder and trim all the way up 14 feet up and down, up and down. It's going to cost you about $1,200 to trim these shrubs. And I don't want you to invest $1,200 in trimming the shrubs when they don't really need it yet, right? Because it's expensive to trim them. Let's wait until they really need to be trimmed. Something like that, right? Because some customers, I'm not going to get too deep in the weeds, but what I mean is you have a heart of service and you have honesty, integrity. But you're also pointing out other things that need attention. So if a customer wants you to trim one little ornamental tree, bro, I'm looking at all the trees on the property. I'm looking at everything that needs to be done within our services. I said, your whole property, all the shrubs need to be trimmed, all the ornamental trees. There's weeds in the garden beds. They all need to be edged out. You need about 14 yards of mulch. You have about $3,800 worth of work here, and you're calling me for this. I don't say that, but you're calling me for this one row of bushes. Let's get all this done and wrapped up for the whole summer for you, so you don't have to think about it. I'll come with my crew. We'll show up at 9 a.m. We'll put out safety cones. We're licensed and insured. We know exactly what we're doing. And we will tackle it all. We'll get it all done in a day or a day and a half, right? And we'll get it done perfect, and we'll make your property look fantastic. And we do a beautiful cleanup job. And so we use a software called Jobber. And inside of there, you can also add all these option items, right? And the customers can just go and pick. And so if you're offering this to every single customer, about 30% of them are going to say yes to some type of add-on or upsell. And even if they don't say yes now, they're going to be thinking about it. And when that stuff needs to be done, they're going to call you up. Hey, you offer. The keyword is you created an offer. They're going to call you in the future. It could be in a couple months. It could be in a couple years. But you're increasing your lifetime customer value with that customer. And if you don't, here's where you messed up. They're going to call a different landscaper, or they're going to ask their lawn care guy or somebody else, depending on what you're trying to do here. So you're actually doing them a disservice and wasting their time and they might go with some contractor who doesn't care as much, some landscaper who doesn't care and won't even do half of a good job as you do. So by you offering, they might be like, wow, you do all of this? Oh, thank you. Now we don't have to, we want to go up north. We want to do this and this. Well, yeah. So when I offer customers packages and give them a discount for the package, be like, you got like $4,000 worth of work here, but if we come since we'll already be here, we could do it all for $3,500. Oh my God, let me go talk to Tom. So she goes and talks to Tom. Tom says, yeah. He yells out the back patio, opens the patio. He's got the remote in his hand. You can do all this? Yeah. Just have him do it, Jan. Have him. Are you sure, Tom? I got to watch the game. Yeah. So she's like, okay. Right. Then you pull out the contract, sign, boom, 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 boom. And you show up Tuesday and get all this. This is easy. You can do this. It's totally easy. You can make way more money in your landscaping business. by offering. So imagine finally hiring the right people and trusting your employees, having an employee handbook to refer to. Oh, okay. This is the part where I forgot to tell you at the beginning of this. I have as part of the Level Up Landscaping Business Workshop, my goal here is to give you enough valuable information that you can literally go out and use this in your real business and get real results. This whole workshop is totally free, but I do have an offer at the end of the workshop, and it's my landscaping startup business accelerator. It's an amazing program that it's freaking phenomenal. So in a minute, I'm going to get to that, but I also want to answer all your questions. I want you to imagine making enough profits in your business and finally hiring the right people and trusting your employees. Like training employees so they can do a good job. Like we have an employee training system. It just works. That's a whole nother story. Having an employee handbook to refer to, knowing how to market your business to get a consistent flow of leads. Did you hear what I just said? Knowing how to market your business so you can get more leads consistently, right? Having more freedom within your work week and taking your business to the next level without burning yourself out. Amen to that. Burning yourself out. I've done that. Look, your business is too important to leave it to hard work alone. There's a smarter way to build your business into a lean and profitable money-making machine. And here's my pitch. I'll do this real quick. My pitch. But this is really good. Before I go to this, I just want to say one more time. Listen, make it a habit on every single job that you go on, every quote, you're looking around. So 1, narrow your service area. We have a 6-mile radius. We used to have like a 15-mile radius. That's insane. We have a 6-mile radius. That might be a little tight for you. You might want to do like an 8-mile radius, 6-mile radius. That's all. Suite of services. That means we have stuff that we do and services we just don't do. We don't do that. Sorry, we can't do that. But you want us to do it really bad? Sorry, we don't do that. I want an elf business, like Dan Sullivan says. Easy, lucrative, and fun. When you specialize on doing stuff that you're awesome and that you rock at doing, you get faster and faster and faster at doing it. And then 3 is turning landscaping problems into profits by offering add-ons and upsells to every single customer, which is here, the Landscaper's Property Opportunity Checklist. If you have downloaded it within the workbook that comes with this webinar, and offer packages to every single customer and give them a slight discount if they want to go ahead and get it all done now. They'll be thanking you for it because they actually want to get all this stuff done, right? It's a beautiful thing. We do this all the time, and it's turn our average ticket job from $312.50 to $1,649.50. It's turn my business into a lean, mean, money-making machine. Lean, mean, profitable machine is what I'm saying. So, all right, now go out and do that, and I want you to do that all the time. Now I can get to this part. I hope you're all doing well in the comments. I see you here. I see you guys watching Luxury Contracting. Bill Hall, what's up? Ryan, Joyce, Paul Stevens, Austin Douglas. Ooh, look at Austin Douglas in here. He got the program recently that I'm about to share with you. I'm going to just put some in the comments right now so you know, so I don't forget. KeithKalfas.com/bundle. Okay, so let me get rid of this comment. All right, I want to introduce you to the Landscape Startup Bundle. Starter Bundle. Sorry, I have a comment on the screen. I'm trying to, there you go. Okay. The Landscaping Startup Accelerator and High Profit Landscape Secrets are 2 programs that are going to teach you specifically. First of all, by chance, if you're brand new in the landscaping business, it'll teach you how to start the business efficiently, how to get customers quickly, how to market your business like a professional so that you will get the phone ringing and you can start selling jobs immediately. It'll equip you with the mindset and the understanding. It'll help you upgrade your identity and get really motivated, but be mostly important, be confident and how to actually run a landscaping business. And it'll teach you how to organize your landscaping business so you can fit it into your calendar and basically start making money immediately. I can't make you any promises here, right? Because you might be like, and if by chance you're a lazy person, please do not invest in this program, because if you invest in it and then you don't do anything and you sit around and watch some of the videos and you're like, oh, that's awesome, I don't want you to be mad at me. So if you've bought a bunch of other programs before in the past and you're an information junkie and you watch way too much crap on social media and you buy online courses and then you don't ever do anything, this program is not going to work for you either. It's not going to work for you at all. Don't even buy it. I don't even want that. I'm looking for people that are totally serious. All right, so the landscaping startup accelerator. So this landscaping startup accelerator will help you get your whole business off the ground and help you get customers quickly. It'll teach you the mindset and motivation, how to price basic lawn care and landscaping jobs, market your business, all that stuff. Also the legal stuff. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I can't advise you, but I'm teaching you from my perspective how to like get the business legit and how to get it above board quickly. So it's an actual real business. So it's official. There's another program. This is a bundle we're talking about here. It's the High Profit Landscape Secrets. This is how to sell anywhere from $3,500 to $10,000 jobs. I walk around actual properties and I teach you in these garden beds and on these properties exactly how to price, how to close jobs, and how to understand the mindset of basically how to do $10,000 landscaping jobs. It teaches you all about that. It's just crazy how valuable it is. Like, because I really do this for real in my real business every single day. So I've documented all this just for you. Also inside of this bundle, you're going to get 16 documents you need before hiring in landscaping employees. So in my business, we have a system where every time we hire anybody, there's an entire packet of 16 documents that they have to sign, like background check, drug screen, a background check, a media release form, drug screen, all the government documents. We can just go get those for free. And basically all the important stuff. So it, from my jurisdiction and my business, legally protects my business. Obviously, if you buy this bundle, you're going to want to go get an attorney ultimately if you want to grow your business and make sure the stuff is right for your business. But this is all the stuff that I use in my business. You're going to get a fully editable employee handbook, right? Then down at the bottom right here, the Business Marketing Blueprint is an entire program and compilation of trainings that's going to teach you how to market your business like a boss. I get so many questions like, how do I market my business so I can get more customers? I'm telling you right now, I am obsessed with marketing, totally obsessed with marketing to the stuff like, I don't even want to get into it here, but this Business Marketing Blueprint program will teach you exactly how to market your business. And I'm also doing a special bonus that's a secret bonus for anybody on this webinar tonight and who wants to invest in this startup bundle to take your business to the next level and level up your business. I created a program called the Business Money Blueprint. This information of this program, it's basically me teaching on a whiteboard stuff that it cost me tens of thousands of dollars, years in the past of heartache and failure, and then finally hiring coaches and consultants and people. It took me from broke to hope. I have completely impeccable finances. My finances are, every T is crossed, every I is dotted, like it's hyper organized. I know every penny in and every penny out, and we have systems around finances, and it's fun and exciting. This made it turn my entire life around. So I put this information I wish that I would have learned years ago, that I'm actually like upset that I didn't learn because I'm angry. No, I put all this inside of a program. It's called the Business Money Blueprint. It'll teach you how to manage. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. It's just me teaching what I do. But it'll teach you how to organize your money like a boss and actually grow. You're going to learn things like the 10% rule, the 20% rule, the 30% rule, the 50% rule. These specific rules, when you implement them, change your entire perspective around money and how you organize the money in your business. I'm so thankful, and I have so much gratitude. I'm going to add, so if you invest in this program, you're automatically going to get upgraded and get that as well. So you can dive in on your iPad, your iPhone, your laptop. You get lifetime access to all these trainings. And it's in the link too. It's keithkalfas.com/bundle. Go there. And get it? Get instant access to all the essential and effective resources, trainings, and knowledge to scale your business to the next level. We're going to take a look inside. So here's what's inside. It's $397 for the Landscape Starter Bundle. This is easily worth $2,985. The Landscaping Startup Accelerator online program is valued at $797. The High Profit Landscape Secrets program is valued at least $997. And this is updated current content. I've gone inside of this program regularly, and I was just literally 10 days ago upgrading, putting updated current pricing structures inside of this program you're looking at right here. So these are very current. The Business Marketing Blueprint course is worth $497, plus the bonuses that you're going to get. You're going to get the Employee Handbook, valued at $197, and the 16 documents you must have when hiring employees, $497. Total $29.85. And the Business Money Blueprint program, we've had conversations with my team about that. That easily is valued at about $1,000, this program. And so you're looking at about $4,000 worth the trainings, all for $397. Go to keithkalfas.com/bundle and enroll and get the Landscaping Startup Accelerator today. I'll put it in the link below. keithkalfas.com/bundle. Bundle. And I want to answer your questions here. Go to keithkalfas.com/bundle, and it'll take you right to this checkout page, and then you can get access to this right now. And immediately, oh, I know my link's not clickable. I don't think it would be clickable. You'd have to probably open your browser and go to it. Let me see if I can make it clickable by putting the HTTPS. Does this work? If it's not, you're going to have to open up your browser and go to keithkalfas.com/bundle, and then that'll take you directly to the checkout page. And then you can get inside of this program immediately. The second you get off this webinar, don't go scrolling on YouTube or on Instagram. Get inside and go directly to the trainings that you want to learn immediately and start leveling up your business. This program is filled with tons of downloads. So as soon as you get inside, make sure you go right. The website platform I use is called Kajabi. It's really fun and easy to use. You're going to get your own login and password. You get lifetime access inside of my academy. And as soon as you get inside, I want you to go and start downloading the resources. There's ebooks, there's audiobooks. I've converted most of the trainings inside of this program into audiobooks and audio downloads. They're MP3s, so you can listen to them while you work. I've bought courses before where I'm like trying to watch this thing on my phone while I'm working, and I put my phone in my pocket and it keeps shutting off and I get all pissed off. We don't play that. So you can watch the trainings, but you can also download them and listen to them. So that's pretty cool too. Also, you just get everything inside of here. Make sure you download the 16 documents immediately. Actually, you're going to want to download them, and they're editable. So you're going to want to make them fit for your business. What I mean editable, so you can put your own logo and your own information. Download the Employee Handbook, and then go right to the trainings and learn the stuff and go implement this stuff into your business. I'm really excited for you. I see that you're still on here watching, and I want to answer your questions. Any questions? What's up, Austin Douglas? I actually have to check my phone, my email real quick. Any questions? And I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. You could be anywhere, but you're with me right now. All right. All right, sweet. It's clickable now. That's awesome, Raiden. Is there a difference between the lawn care and landscaping business? That's a good question. So yeah, there is a difference. Lawn care is lawn care. It means you just cut grass. Trimming, edging, mowing, blowing. That's all. And that's different than snow plowing. The landscaping business consists of working in garden beds, installing landscaping, installing garden beds, demoing, removing. Like landscaping is like a broader umbrella category that lawn care fits inside of. So when people say landscaping, they actually are thinking of lawn care, hardscaping, softscapes. They might even be putting aquascapes, or I mean like water features and ponds inside of that as well. Excuse me, because the word hardscaping, most people don't even know, like, what do you mean hardscaping? Only landscapers and hardscapers know what that means. So landscaping and lawn care are the same thing from the customer's perspective. And that's why a lot of people start lawn care businesses and they call it Joe's Landscaping, because they're kind of like scaping across the land. But if you specifically just want to do lawn care only, you should probably call your business lawn care, so people know specifically what it is. But if you plan on doing more, you could call it lawn care and landscaping, landscaping and lawn care. But anyways, that's the difference. Verulo Cortez, I need help with my prices. I am frustrated. I no longer want to continue with my business. I have 2 to 3 calls a day. I give free estimates and I don't earn estimates. How can I do it? So 2 to 3 calls a day isn't bad. It's actually pretty good. I think that you should get good at marketing, get a marketing budget together. Marketing and advertising are 2 different things. So peel off a percentage of the money that you're making and invest it into marketing, so you're getting even more calls coming in. And then get together a script. I have this inside of my program, but basically a script is you can type it all up on Google Docs, and it's specifically what you say to the customers on the phone every single time and the qualifying questions that you ask them, so you can learn more about what they have going on that they need help with. But also asking these questions positions you as an expert. So the very way that you answer the phone and communicate with the customers, and the very way that they see your marketing, already positions you as somebody that they do or don't want to do business with. So when they perceive you as somebody they want to do business with, and you answer the phone, it's all consistent and congruent. And then you show up and you give them the quote, and the entire experience is consistent. Then when you walk a property with them and give them a free estimate, the way you ask questions during the estimate also positions you. Another thing is, like, how are you dressed? Like, I'm wearing a shirt with embroidered my business name on it. Sometimes I have a clipboard with me, and my truck is nice and clean, and I show up with a heart of service, ready to serve the customer. And I'm also, I'm not saying that it's just me, but how confident are you when you're talking to customers? Are you trying to? So there's a lot of questions that come, and you can read a lot of books on sales and selling. One of the best books you can read is How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bettger. And then there's another book by Dale Carnegie called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I think if you dive deep into selling specifically, and even some Grant Cardone books, it'll help upgrade your entire consciousness, and your closing rate will go up. It'll feel like it's happening by osmosis, but it's just you're becoming more aware, and then you'll start closing a lot of jobs and getting a lot of referrals. I hope that answers you. But you even asking the question is amazing, because what it's doing is, like, you're on the competency progression model, you're opening up your awareness, and you'll start leaning in that direction and picking up speed. And it just in a year from now, Verulo, you might be way more successful than you could even imagine, even in a year, by keep continuing asking these questions. I'm just excited for you and for your success. Joshua Laggard. Paul stepped away for a second. Oh, I'm in Missouri. What's up? Signesti. Is this helpful with the mostly mowing business? It is actually, because The marketing inside of the business marketing blueprint program inside of this this bundle, it'll teach you how to market your business and identify all the levers to pull to get a lot more leads in so you can get a ton more lawn care customers. As far as now, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here about landscaping and measuring garden beds and how to actually sell that stuff. Unless you plan on going in that direction, then that stuff won't be valuable for you. The marketing definitely will. The 16 documents to hiring employees before you hire employees definitely will. The employee handbook, of course, definitely will. And then the business money blueprint program definitely will. So I'd say like 70% of everything here in this bundle totally applies to lawn care, but the other 30% just doesn't. But the marketing stuff, I'd say absolutely yes. Ulysses Flores, Ekram, keep pushing through that. I ate crap all last week. Use the bundle to build yourself up, bro. So spring cleanups are not lawn care? Oh, well, so I think spring cleanups and fall cleanups are definitely lawn care because it's all over the lawn. And everybody who cuts grass does spring cleanups and fall cleanups because there's no grass to cut in the early spring and in the late fall. That's what all the lawn care do. They're blowing out the garden beds and they're sucking it all up. Our average spring cleanup, it started at $250 for the spring cleanup and then $60 per yard of debris removed. Now the spring cleanup is $350 just for the cleanup and an extra $60 per yard of debris removed. I added an extra $100 onto it because we were getting these little tiny spring cleanups. And by the time we were done, I wasn't making any money. And I got to the point, I'm like, sure, I'm making the customer happy, but I'm not making any money. So I started going a little more risky in my business, saying, I know we take care of this customer all year, but I'm not going to do a spring cleanup or a fall cleanup for free. I don't care. I want to make money. If I'm like getting out of bed and getting ready and getting a crew ready and paying workers' comp and employment insurance and taking on real liability every single time we go to a job site, I'm getting paid. So that's why it's a $350 minimum for spring and fall cleanups. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but it was Lucas Coder. Okay, Paul Stevens. Oh, name it property services, landscaping, lawn care, or property maintenance. When we submit a quote to customers, a lot of times I put the header in the quote, property maintenance. We're going to trim the bushes and ornamental trees. Then we're going to do the mulching. We're going to do the garden beds, blah, 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 blah. Property maintenance. And then to them, it just makes sense. Austin Douglas, Dish the Itch. You're welcome. Edward Basovets, Contractor Unlimited Leads. Have you had $100,000 profit month before? That's my goal this year. Would like to hear how you would go about it. I have never had $100,000 profit month yet. The most money I've ever done in a month that hit my bank account was $67,000, or was it 70,000? Because it was a couple different times. We did like a $65,000 month, and we did like a $70,000 month. And when I hit it, I used to think like I remember I used to think like, and that was just like one of the highest month we ever did. I'm sorry, that's between both my businesses. That's not just my landscaping business. The highest I've done in a landscaping business month, I think it was 35 grand or something. But anyways, I thought if you could hit like 25 or 50 grand a month, it'd be like, oh my God, you're rich. $50,000 month. And then we hit a $67,000 month. And it was the most stressful month I had. And I was just busy as heck. And I had a bunch of stuff going on. And I was like, how is this even possible? It's I don't know. It's so weird. Marshall. But I hope you hit your $100,000 profit month. And I hope you hit it every single month because, hey, you deserve it. And you're going to crush it. It's going to happen for you. And that goes for everybody on this webinar right now. Much honor and respect to you. $100,000 months. Here we come. You probably have to do $1 million in a month to hit 100,000 profit at a 10% profit margin, unless you have a business that gets really crazy high profits, you might be able to do. What's the average profit margin? I'm sorry, I was thinking 10 million and a million. We had a webinar with Dan Plata. He was talking about the average profit on $1 million business. It depends. He was saying it's like 14%. He said it goes down, and then you have to grow up to like 1.4 million for the profit to come back because you go through this cash flow purgatory. So basically, your lifestyle looks no different from 100 grand to $1 million, because the business eats up, the infrastructure eats up all of that. Like, what do you mean you have $1 million business? You should live in a mansion. No, not at all. Okay. There's a great resource called Revenue Buddy. It'll help you close the gap. Joshua Latimer creates that. Lead flow ratio, average ticket capacity to perform the work. We got to get Austin Douglas on my podcast again. This dude is so. We just did a podcast with him on my podcast, the Untrapped podcast. So good. Thank you so much, Austin. Joseph Lamb says, do you use a machine to edge for the garden beds or just a flathead shovel? I've used both, but most of our residential properties, we're literally, we have a garden bed edger machine, like an Echo edger bed redefiner. We just get in there with it really good. But we have actually used an edger machine, but that was only on big commercial properties with tons of edging to create. And if it's smaller, we literally just do it with a shovel. Like, we're doing some stuff right now on a property today. We're literally just doing it with a shovel. How do you quote weeding jobs? On Saturday, I removed weeds from an entire riverfront by hand only. I've done that before. Yeah. Lots of weeds by riverfronts and inside of rocks and everything. With that, I go by like a man hour rate. So let's just say you're going to charge $85 for 1 man per hour. It's going to take 2 hours is 170 plus debris removal at a minimum of 1 yard, $60 per yard. So 170, 250 for 3 hours. Yeah, go by the hour and then judge the best of your knowledge what you think it's going to be. Or you can just judge it by the project. You can be like, hey, for us to do weeds, it's going to be a $350 minimum. This is for a guy to go there for half a day. You know, I like to judge things by the project, and then I can count the hours and say, how long did that take? Does that reflect the man hour rate? But I just judge everything by the project. You have to find out what works best for you. And then keep raising the prices until the customers say no. We got out of I used to pull weeds all the time. That's how I got my business off the ground, because I didn't have any equipment. So we were doing garden maintenance and pulling weeds like crazy. Do you think it's too late to continue putting out flyers? No. I think you should hit specific neighborhoods and put out flyers over and over and over. But don't go wide. Hit the same neighborhoods over and over and over. Jose Villanova. Hi, Keith. I'm doing tree work in San Francisco. Any ideas you could throw at me? Well, if you're doing tree work, I can't advise you because I'm not a certified tree care safety professional, and I'm not a certified arborist. Although we do tree work, I think you should use the best, industry best practices and make sure you're licensed and insured, and probably go become an arborist and all that stuff, and be safe and make sure you wear hard hats and helmets and do everything specific. But aside from that, I think that if you do the tree work, you should get into HOAs, homeowner associations, get into condo complexes, and make them regular clients, so you can get in there every single year, and you might have you could get to the point where you have 4, 5, 6 HOAs, and then every year, like clockwork, you have all that. I'm sorry, some of them do it like every 3 years, but you have all that bread and butter work, depending, and go all in. I think in tree work, the equipment is what gets you to the next level, because equipment replaces employees. Like when you have what is that? The Vermeer. Is that the Vermeer? No, the Bobcat MT. What is it? MT what? That thing's amazing. The grappler. I've seen literally 2 guys, because I have friends that do tree work. You can go out with two guys and just kill it in tree work if you have the right equipment. Because you got one guy cutting and the other guy on the bobcat just picking it up. Oh, I'm sorry, three guys. The third guy's just on the chipper the whole time, and nobody has to do anything. The guy's making it rain in the tree. The other guy, if you want to go really fast, you can have. We've done a lot of tree jobs. We just actually did a tree job today, but it wasn't huge. Four guys. I'm sorry. Oh, if you wait, you should just go buy the $500,000 robotic grapple arm tree crane truck and just drop it off right in front of the chipper, and you just have a guy smoking a cigarette, relaxing, putting it. I'm just kidding, putting it right through the chipper, and it's just raining money. My friend Chris bought the robotic. He sits there with the remote control, just making money. It's insane, bro. Anyways, 14% profit is frankly wild. Well, in my landscaping business, we make what are we making? A 56? Oh, I got to look at my P&L statement. I don't know if it's changing. 56% profit margin in the landscaping business. And in my media business, we're doing an 83% profit margin. And it's because we kept raising the prices and redefining. But 14% profit on like $1 million business, I think that would kind of make sense. The profit keeps going down. Ethan Riley, at what point do you seek renting out storage? I think as soon as possible. If you don't have any place to keep your equipment, get a storage place immediately, because as soon as you do, it'll make your business feel official. Even if you just rent out a storage unit for a couple $100 a month, it's something that feels so cool and so official. It's like you can like, it's just an amazing feeling. Like, I've literally sat in my storage unit before, just set up a chair and sit there and eat a sandwich, do work orders on my phone and work on equipment, and it just feels like my own garage, you know. It's an amazing feeling. I think you should go get storage immediately. Clay, how do you deal with the phone ringing? Oh, I should have been putting these up on here. So much and so many demands when sometimes as a very small business owner, you feel like there is nothing left. Well, okay, so if you have that much demand to the point where it's like hurting your mental health and you're that busy, then that means you can raise your prices. And the math should allow enough for you to hire a part-time receptionist, somebody to pick up the phone and do all that, or go all in and hire a badass office manager, and that person can run the entire internal administrative pillar of your business for you. So you can just stay out in the field and crush it with operations. So you can do sales and operations and marketing. And then the other pillar, because there's 4 pillars of the business, the other one is administrative function. That's talking on the phone, qualifying customers, putting them out on a calendar for assessments and for quotes, running payroll, collecting money, accounts receivable, ordering materials, ordering parts, all that stuff. As soon as you can get somebody in the office, we use Jill's Office virtual receptionists. Say my name if you hire them. But you have to get somebody in the office answering the phones if you're that busy. And then it'll seem expensive, but as soon as you get going and they free you up, you're like, whoa, you'll make so much money, so much more faster. You'll be able to cover their payroll easily. And it's fun. Edward Basovets, also, is the program all video or is it PDF too? I prefer PDF because I can go through it much quicker than watching videos. Yes. So a lot of what's in this program, there are PDF downloads. And that's amazing what you said, because we're using otter.ai right now. We're uploading the video content and getting things transcribed. So, and we have notes and bullet points about everything that I'm speaking. I think that, oh my gosh, that's an amazing question. There is, okay, so my assistant who is a rock star, she has gone through the program and she's uploaded my trainings and she's transcribed them, and then we go through and we edit them so everything works. But I don't know if every single video is transcribed yet, but we're doing that now and in the future because it's so highly valuable what we can do with AI. And I look at these transcripts that we have, because we're doing this like crazy right now using AI all in the business. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. That's exactly how you start and run and market a landscaping business. That's exactly what I would have said. And my assistant, she's like, I know, because I took your videos in the training and I ran it through Otter AI. It's like $80 a month. And it pumped it all out. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. So, because it's what I actually did say. So, food for thought. I love that you asked that. That's very powerful because you can read through it quicker. So there are a lot of PDF downloads and there are PDF ebooks that you can read. I don't know for sure if every single thing has been transcribed yet. So Spring Rush, let's go. Joseph Lamb, what is the best way to build your clientele? It's by taking care of customers with such phenomenal customer service and delivering results and doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, whether you feel like it or not. Be there on time. If you're going to be late, call. Don't juggle multiple jobs at once unless you have multiple crews, and get each job done to completion before you start the next job. And be concise with the customer. Have a beautiful opening presentation where they're like, they just feel confident. And then when you're also finishing and closing the job, it's all smiles, it's handshakes, everything is perfect. And the customers, just make the customers so happy. And then ask them for a positive review on Google. Send them a link, text through their phone. Every single customer you ask for a review, ask them for the referral. And then you can also take your customer email list and then upload them to Facebook and run retargeting traffic, or you can run warm lookalike audience within the zip code, Facebook ads basically. And that's how you can build a clientele, is by creating phenomenal customer service and pulling marketing levers and making it rain. Volkswagen Planet. Thank you, Keith, for all your videos. I started my lawn mowing business this week. Tampa, Florida. Congratulations. I love it. Congratulations. Iocane Powda says, for tree jobs, who's responsible for gathering all the coconuts? Well, you'd probably have to be in a tropical environment, and coconut trees, I don't know. Don't they have someone that shakes the tree and then the coconuts fall? Can you run around and catch them in real time? I could. Oh, you just cracked up laughing and tilted your head back. I saw that psychically. No chuck in a truck here. All right, William Coleman. I just starting out my business and I'm currently at 20 customers. Awesome. But I am doing everything with a push mower. Do you have any tips for finding good used equipment? So you can go into a local dealer and go into a dealer that has used equipment that has been fixed. I was just in my local dealer Weingart's Monday buying tune-up stuff for my equipment, and I saw they had some nice mowers in there that were used, and they looked a little beat up because they were used, but they were heavily discounted. And so they go through, they tune it up, they fix it. So obviously Facebook Marketplace. I've had mixed results with used equipment. In the beginning, I was broke, so I got whatever. I got equipment from pawn shops, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, anywhere I could, and I would have to tune it up myself and fix it and get it running properly, which was a huge pain. And as soon as I could possibly afford, only bought new equipment from then on out. Because you want equipment that you can start immediately and take off. Even if it seems expensive, you're so thankful because it makes you so much money so much faster. But yeah, Facebook Marketplace, probably stay away from Craigslist these days, pawn shops. Why do I feel so sim baking? Why do I feel so defeated when seeing other people doing clients I could have had? I still have my own, but the jealousy aspect is ruining my mental state. Yeah, so comparison is the thief of joy. I've been through that. I used to compare myself. I'm not saying that you are, but I used to compare myself to other people who were just getting like these huge mansion jobs, doing this stuff. And it would literally drove me nuts to the point where the anger, I'm like, no way, I'm good enough. I can do that. That I just started literally going up and knocking on those clients' doors and offering my services and just marketing like a madman. So it triggers something so competitive inside of you. You're like, I'm going to crush them. not like in a bad way, but it's a good competitive nature. So find a way to take that and use it to fuel a competitive nature that makes you want to go out and become the best that you can be, so you crush it. And then there's kind of like a sad ending to this. When it does all happen for you and you are getting those jobs that you dream of having, or you see other people, you're going to realize that nobody cares and they never cared. And it does feel good because you're making more money, you're getting those dream jobs. But I think it's like the law of familiarity, right? So it's like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, because part of the whole illusion of this chasing materialism, and obviously you want to feed your family, it's like it's the thing that keeps us going. Otherwise we'd be just monks meditating on the side of mountains. I should shut up. I'm talking myself through them. Markel Marshall, how do I handle payments in a better manner? Some of my clients are lethargic when it comes to paying. They pay, but it'll be hours later when I receive the Zelle transfer. What did you just say? How do I handle payments in a better manner? Some of my clients are lethargic when it comes to paying. They pay, but it'll be hours later when I receive the Zelle transfer. Are you saying that? How? Wait a second here. You said it'll be hours later. That's good. I have a client right now that owes me, I don't know what it was, his bill, $1,700 or something. He's just swamped busy. I don't even care. I like to get paid I like to get paid immediately. Obviously, we get a check right on the spot, and we always charge anything over $1,000. We get a signature and a deposit check or a deposit credit card payment of 33% before starting the job. So I get money no matter what. But I like to get paid within 15 days. So I'll tell you a quick story. One customer who they would always drag their feet on paying the bill. And I'm like, why are you taking so long? And one time I asked them, why do you take so long to pay all the time? This customer said to me, look, we pay our bills, all our bills, twice a month. We have a lot of people we pay. You're one of them. On the 1st and on the 15th. So if you send me a bill on the 14th, it'll probably get paid the next day. If you send me a bill on the 15th or the 16th or the 17th or the 18th, it's not going to get paid at all until the 1st rolls around. And if you send me a bill on the 1st, it's not going to get paid until the 15th. So it just depends on when you send me the bill, because we only pay bills. We're very structured and organized on the 1st and on the 15th. So if you send me a bill and you expect to get paid immediately, I just can't do that for you, because I know I'm going to pay you all the time, but we have a lot of stuff going on and we're very organized. So now I just know that specific customer pays on the 1st and on the 15th. Now, if a customer, every single day that goes by actually decreases the chances that you actually will ever even get paid. So you want to get paid as quickly as possible, immediately. But if you're telling me your customer is paying you within hours on Zelle, that's freaking amazing. I don't expect to get paid, like, I think if 3, 4, 5 days goes by, I get a little itchy, and I might send them a reminder on Jobber, so they get a reminder, and then they'll pay it right away. But if like 7, 8, 9, 10 days goes by, I send them another reminder. If now it's after about 15 days, reminder, text message, reminder, smiling, reminder, text message, email, reminder. Hey, but I'm nice every single time. Hey, is everything okay? Is there anything on your property did we miss something? Is there anything you want to like? Are you hope you're happy with the work? We'll come back immediately if there's anything wrong. Hey, reminder, and they're like, gosh, and then they just pay. I shouldn't say never. I've been ripped off a couple times. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. But I hear these people say they're so afraid to ask their customer for money and about getting paid, and there's this huge like emotional hang up. There's a lot of lawn care and landscapers. We were at the Equip Expo last October. Brian Fullerton actually stood up. Everybody raise their hand if you have any customers that still owe you money. 2 months, hands up. 3 months, hands up. 6 months, hands up. Like, you're not collecting the money from your customers. Like, you got to be all over your customers to make sure they pay you immediately, and just smile. Because, anyways, sorry. You should not be doing work and not getting paid for it. That's insanity. And if they don't pay, cut them off. Don't do anything else for them unless they're paying you immediately. Okay. Let me go to the next thing here. Next comment. Fairway Lawn Care. Hey, Keith. I love listening to your video and podcast when working. Can you explain the best steps to be prepared for the 150K to 400K revenue goal? Currently at 150 with mowing and landscaping. Okay, so that's a pretty big gap, 150 to 400. I've done that before. I've tried to create like, oh, we're doing $1 million for sure this year. And then I would hit 250. I'm like, oh, we're going to do $1 million for sure. And then I would hit 390. And then we're doing $1 million. Then I hit 350. Anyways, so it's like, you can totally do it. But if you're doing 150, I think it would be, I can't advise you anything, but you might want to be like, we're doing 150. Let's try to hit like 250 or 3. But I think to answer that question, that's a great question, and I actually don't know the answer, and I don't want to make up some bullshit answer on the spot. And it takes my head in a totally different spot. I do know one thing is investing and getting some coaching and getting some systems into your business, because the problems that you have at like 100 and 150K are totally different problems when you get to 400K, because you're going to have more employees. You're going to have employee management systems. You definitely have to change the role that you play in your business. At around 400K, if you're out in the field doing landscaping, you're not being a good steward of your business. You're actually, unless it's very, very minimal, because at 400K, your job is to keep the calendar full and make it rain. You should probably be out doing lots of sales. So I think you should be getting a couple foremen in place and a couple, get more trucks, get things really organized on the administrative end, get an office manager in place so that the operations is a smooth, well-oiled machine without you being involved in any of the operations like that. Unless you have a really good office manager who you can still lead operations, then you're fine. But your job really is to keep the calendar full, to keep all those employees busy, because every minute you're digging with a shovel or mowing a lawn is another minute you're not getting new customers and expanding the business. So if you have an attrition rate, or train your employees to, if they can be giving out business cards to people that are walking up and signing up customers, I don't know. Anyways, my friend Dan Plata from Best Dan Bookkeeping, he's amazing, and he can walk you through that. We did a 2-part podcast. It's like 4 hours long, but it's amazing. It's called the 12 Steps to Scaling Your Business. It's so amazing. Go on my podcast, the Untrapped Podcast. Like, I'm telling you, this podcast is so powerful. The 12 Steps to Scaling Your Business. Look that up, and it'll really enlighten you. The whatchamacallit. I'm at 30 clients, 2 of them being commercial properties, and 1 of them being Little Giant Ladder System. Oh, nice. I'm most proud of. That's awesome. Steve Kenzel. No credit. 518 score messed up when I was 18. I've been there working on it. Push mower is tough, but you're not the only one. William, I'm with you. My credit score was a 512. I couldn't finance anything, and it took years to repair my credit. And so, but you're going to crush it. And I can literally I just know. So in a few years, it's going to boop, 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 and you'll never, ever go back to that. You're going to have, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. Keep me posted on your progress, Steve. And I bet you're going to be like, bro, we did like 600,000 in our business, bro. We're crushing it. William Coleman, trying to find better equipment, but they want roughly 2K or more. Jose Villanova, what's up, bro? You got Zelled in 4 hours. By the time I finished my second job, I was happy. Yes, exactly. Zell is awesome. Okay, let me get down to somebody I haven't answered anything yet. Daniel Bucalato. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry. What's a ballpark we should get per man hour? You got to find that out for you. What's best? Take kind of like what you would pay an employee if you were paying an employee well, and then times that by 3, basically. So I'm going to make that a minimum. In today's economy, let's say you're going to pay an employee $24 an hour. What's that times 3? $72. Yeah, $72 per man hour. I was shooting for $74 a man hour, and now 85 a man hour. It sounds crazy to even say that, because I remember just a few years ago, if it was like $65 a man hour, that was good. And it really depends on what you're doing. It's confusing because I hear guys in Facebook groups saying we get $110 per man hour. Like when? All the time? Because that's amazing. You can build an empire with those rates. But Joshua Lager says trying to get $100 per man hour. So if you got a guy working for 5 hours, $500. 2 guys working for 5 hours, $1,000. Can you go on someone's property, you and another guy, for 5 hours and charge $1,000? You should be able to. If you have the right equipment and you have a system and you can get it done and get in and out quickly, great. I'm not getting those rates here in Michigan. I've tried to charge that, and I'm getting way too many no's. So I lowered it. But if you can get $100 a man hour, that's great. I think you should experiment and find out what works for your business and refine your sales process. So like when you're getting about a 50% close rate, I say it's all different. There's some people that their pricing is set up to they're happy if they're getting a 30% close rate because their price is so high. So you're going to have to experiment. Paul Stevens. Nice. 45 weekly. New customers are all at $55 to $60 per week to cut the grass. That's awesome. Marketplace, yes. Awesome. Trading on a hunch. 10 employees, owner operator, you're maxed out. Yes. Jamie Revis. Do I have any recommendations on getting with a builder or getting involved with the community somehow? I don't know. We do mostly residential, and 82% of our leads are coming from Google Maps. But I don't know how to get with builders or get involved in community stuff. I know if you can break into local HOAs and Facebook groups, that's a good way. But I hope you figure it out. We're in Sterling Heights, right around the corner from you. Char Lawn Care, what up, though? Sterling Heights, that's where I'm from. Fidel Ortiz. I just keep thinking about how funny you are when you're mocking past bad customers. They're not bad customers. Thank you for sharing your journey. I can relate to your story, brother. Yeah, I had so much fun doing that. If anybody here doesn't know, I've made 3,000 videos on YouTube all the way since 2013. And I used to make these crazy funny videos. I'm like, and all this crazy stuff. And people would be crying, laughing in the comments, and I'm laughing too. I was like, man, it's like I don't know if I want my customers to see that, but it's like, and I've also grown up a little bit. I still do that sometimes. Gosh, it's a moral dilemma because it's funny. I was watching this funny Amazon show with I forgot, this funny comedian, and this guy's acting like a complete moron, and it's hilarious. But I'm not a comedian. I'm a landscaping business owner, so I used to drop a lot of F-bombs in my videos and say the F word all the time, and I was like, I don't. That's kind of unprofessional. What is the first book you would recommend for getting your finances in order? There's a lot of them, but probably I can't think of it right now. What is it called? It's called Oh my God, read The Richest Man in Babylon. That's an amazing book. Tips on monetizing during the off season. Obviously, there's window cleaning in the winter, and there's also snow plowing and doing salt. And then there's tons of side hustles and money you can make on the internet. Tons of, like, it's the home-based business freelance revolution. You can have tons of stuff. How do I monetize in the off season? I do this. I write books. Look, I wrote all these books, 4 books. You could become an author. These are all on Amazon and on Audible. And these books have made me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and helped all types of people start their businesses. So there's many, many ways to make money. Okay, you're at $72 an hour south of Buffalo, New York. Okay, that makes sense. Volkswagen Planet, we're at $65 a man hour so far. Joshua Lager trying to get $100 an hour. Matt Clary, $85 an hour. What's your minimum to drop the gate for a grass cut? If I was cutting grass, it'd have to be $50, or I couldn't even drop the gate. I don't cut grass anymore. What's up, Bryce Anderson? Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Love it. All right, I just want to make sure I get to everybody here. Fairway Lawn Care, Local IHOP, thank you. King Mav Studios, King, Jose Cortez. What marketing strategies do you use? I don't have to do much marketing at all because we have so many positive reviews and so many customers find us on Google My Business. But we're posting on Google Maps, basically. Post pictures, get positive reviews, ask customers to post pictures from their phones, and then go and create special offers inside of Google Maps and update it regularly. And then you can also share it to your Facebook, your business Instagram. You want to create an email list and retarget to your customers. I teach all that inside of my business marketing blueprint program. And it'll teach you all types of stuff on how to market your business and get tons of customers. Do you have a goal to take over the world? Like Pinky and the Brain. We're going to take over the world. That's awesome. All right. One more time before I get out of here. Open up your browser and go to keithkalfas.com/bundle. I put it in the comments below here. It should be clickable. And then you can dive in immediately. And like I said, there's a special bonus that after I see that you've actually invested in the program, I'm going to give you access and grant you access to the Business Money Blueprint program that's worth $1,000. That's not even shown here on this page. And then you'll be able to get inside and start watching all this immediately, as early as right away. And then you can also listen to the trainings while you work. And there's stuff that I talk about inside of this program that I definitely don't talk on YouTube, and most people won't talk about on the internet. And I'm not even going to talk about it here. It's just things that I've learned about the way that business works that gives you a leverage, but also can alleviate a lot of fear for you. I used to have like fear and paranoia around running a landscaping business, and like I just thought that there are definitely liabilities. Like you don't want to be like having employees that you're paying cash under the table and they could possibly get hurt and all that stuff. You want to run a fully above board business. Workers' comp, general liability insurance, have everybody on payroll, make sure you're covered. But sometimes those things can lead to questions where you're just not assessing it properly. And so you might just be stressed out for no reason, right? So that's why it's very important to run an above board business. So, and I talk about that inside of this program here. So my friends, I'm going to end this webinar for now. And I also want to thank you for your time and for spending this evening with me. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you and I respect you. And I'm so thankful whether you invest in my program or not. I just encourage you and I implore you to keep investing in your knowledge and your wisdom and your education and learning best practices. And I want to see you take your life and your business all to the next level so you can live the life of your dreams so that you can be happy and you can be fulfilled and you can sleep great and wake up great and have a beautiful life. That's the most important thing of all. And without any further ado, ta-da! I'm bowing. See, I'm bowing. Ta-da! Have a great evening. I'm Keith Kalfas, and this concludes the Level Up Landscaping Business Workshop. It will be going live again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in the meantime, I'm exhausted from running my landscape business all day, so I'm going to go hang out with my wife and sip some tea. And we have a whole landscaping job going on tomorrow. We're very busy. I hope that you're very busy. The spring has kicked off, and I hope that you're crushing it. And there you go. And one last time, if you're sitting on the, what is it? Sitting on the edge right now, or you need a little nudge, just buy the bundle, man. Just invest in the thing and jump in and invest in your business. Stop sitting on the fence. Get off the fence, invest in the thing, and do it. Okay. I've invested like, gosh, thousands and thousands of dollars in my education. This is $397. This is nothing. Like, and let's say it's cost me 150 grand to put all this information together for you. I just bought something for $888 last week. I invested in another private coaching program, $5 grand. I paid a coach $11,300. I'm regularly paying another coach $120 an hour. Like, I'm paying all the time, paying coaches and buying programs. I'm part of mastermind groups. Like, I put up an entire percentage of my income regularly. I'm making sure that I'm investing back into my business and my knowledge, because I can learn one very important thing that identifies a lever that can make me money. Like, you can take what you learn in this program and like you can go make 100 times the amount of money. One job will pay off this program like that, and it's a tax write-off because it's education in your business. Like, one job, you're like, oh my God, I'm afraid to spend $397. It's so much money. If you're thinking like that, whoa! Like, the reason I believe so much is because I practice what I preach. I actually do this, so I actually take action. And when I'm feeling nervous and I'm afraid, like, oh my God, I'm afraid to spend I bought a program over the winter, $3,000 about marketing and messaging. And I was like, oh my God, $3 grand. I'm like, if I'm thinking that means if I'm worried about $3 grand, that means I need to get the program. If you're worried about 390, I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just talking to myself. Like, if you're worried about $397 and you're like, I really want it, and I want to learn what's inside, and I want to upgrade my business, but that means that like that makes me feel very competitive myself. Like, I want to get to the point where I don't even think about stuff like that. Oh, we're going out to eat. We're getting steak tonight. Swipe the debit card. Don't even count the money. Grocery baskets in the laundry. What's it? The shopping cart. We don't go grocery shopping anymore. Hire like the Instacart people. I like to over tip people. Waiters and waitresses and people that pick up our groceries. Like, I love to live in an abundant mindset and not worry about money. Like, my wife is like on Amazon and she's like, oh, I really love this blanket. I'm like, send me the link. Bought it. She goes, but I bought it. Because it's like you have to condition yourself to live in an abundant mindset and treat yourself and have a deservedness. That's why I crush it. I don't want to worry about money problems. It's this interesting thing that propels you. I had another friend once, he said, put your back against the wall and it forces you to perform. The pressure pushes you up. So it's like, I don't know, I just think I get it, man. So anyways, all right, I'm out of here. Have a phenomenal evening. Much love and respect to all of you. Peace.